Well, hello, my loves. I am so excited to be here. Hey, listen, I love that there's chatting um, happening in another live group. We're going to just share this with our chat stream. Um, and I'm going to ask my assistant, Erin Wilkinson, if she can help us out. All right. So, what an amazing practice because this is life. Am I right? Like we do all the planning, we do the prep work. I've done this before. We did this yesterday. It all worked just fine. Something happened today. And we get to pivot and we get to experience something new in the process. So I'm sharing this with all the people who are currently not here and they're watching the recording. We jumped in live. We're 15 minutes late. We've got other people in a chat room who are connected and creating their own experiences. And we're here waiting. We're just going to be waiting. So today we're talking about manifestations and how to build upon the energy of synchronicity, those moments that just feel like they're divine, the God moments. I love hearing people say God whispers, those little moments that everything just falls into place. Allowing those to serve us to continually strengthen that muscle because it is a muscle. Like I said, I sent off some stuff to my assistant. We'll see if they can't find us. Let me see if I can't find it so that they can jump in. Let me see. Hmm. Haha, I found it. Thanks so much for your patience. You guys just get to hang out with me. Yay! You're here. Erin's here. Thank you so much. Okay. I was just talking about what an amazing opportunity this is, just to remind us to pivot, to remind me that I don't there's an illusion of control, and it is just that. It is an illusion. I am not in control. I can plan and I can set things up to go the way that I want them to go. Yeah. Doesn't always work that way because we're living in a human experience, because there are outside sources, factors all the time playing a role. And we all hear this. It is something that we hear all the time. What is the only thing that we can control? Our presence in it. That's right. Like how we respond, how we react. I'm freaking out about how much I love my new haircut. You get to see me. A little bit of vanity. I don't do that often, but it is fun. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm gaining here is that there's feedback here in the chat that people are excited about the potential to be in Zoom so that they can see one another's faces. And this is such a great opportunity, right? Like a great opportunity. Thanks. Oh, I can maybe change that. I don't know if I can. I don't think I can change the chat with the slow feature. Nope. I can't. It is what it is. Let me see if I can't share this link with her. Hang on. We lost, Erin was with us too, and we lost her as well. I'm sending this to Kate so she can join us because she wanted to be here again today. Y'all are just, oh, hey, Erin, she's in the house. Oh, that Erin. No, other Erin, little Erin. She was on just a minute ago on the other live. I saw her name in there. So yeah, it's all good. I mean, we'll get where we will get to where we need to be. And I always, whenever I facilitate or host a Badass Manifestation Party, which they happen locally here in Cincinnati, have been happening for the last 9 years. I went public with them last year, and instead of just doing maybe 5 a year, we did 20 a year. We're on track to do double that, maybe even more this year. And with that momentum, people have been asking me to take these live and or virtual so that people like the Erin that is in the chat room who is coming to us from Michigan, so that people can be accessing this experience. I don't like to call it a workshop because this isn't a workshop. It's not formulaic. It's going to change. It's going to change every single time. We like to call that a living ceremony because it really, truly, fully is, because each person who comes into the room or even the chat room changes the experience that other people are having along the way. You know that. That's why we go through and sit through an interview in person, not just looking at a resume online. Like the presence, being in someone's company, which is why my guess is why people are asking for this to go into a space where we can see one another's faces, such as Zoom. Because we love that connection. Because we get something. There's an energetic exchange from that connection. Okay? Yeah. Yes, ma'am. There is an energetic exchange from that connection. I am seeing that I'm not seeing, it's just myself and Erin. I did send it to Kate. Let me see if she can't. I'll send it to her one more time. All right. So we're talking about pivoting. I'm really excited to talk to you today about synchronicity, about those moments that just feel aligned and help us to be mindful about, and just remembering how connected we all are, how aligned we are, can live. Now, that doesn't mean to say that this is the piece about that, right? So when we are, hey, Erin, you are in the house. I'm so glad that you're here. Both Erins in the house. So we were just talking about, you guys are so cute. You're just in it together. And I love that you're together. I love that you have that energy together. But talking about this alignment, and what happens is there's a sense of shame or blame when things don't go our way, right? When perhaps we've done all of the planning, just like today, this live chat, and yet it's not for us to shame or blame, because that's not helpful in any way. It's just not helpful. Like, feel the energy of that. It's heavy. I feel it right here. You can identify for yourself where you feel it in your body. It is just a moment. It is an indicator of what might need to be done differently next time. Right? So when you work with me, one of the things that I really love to say is that they're not mistakes. They're mistakes. And mistake is a term that it goes way, way back, pre-biblical times. Like it's an archer's term, mistake, and it means to miss the mark. It means to miss the mark. That's it. It doesn't mean that you failed. That archer just picks up his or her arrow and aims again based on the knowledge, the awareness that has been gained from that other shot, from that other opportunity, from that other moment of trying to hit the mark. And we're always trying to hit the mark. And especially as badass women, listen, we set the bar really high. Okay. And so what we do as badass women is we see this bar really high and we see where we are currently. And what we see is this. This is the gap. This is where we should be. And then this is all the shoulding that we do all over ourselves. And I want you to think about the goal, the dream, the desire that you might be harboring right here in your heart. Maybe it's on a to-do list somewhere. Maybe it's living on a vision board. I just want you to picture that thing. I want you to picture how far away you are from it. And I want you to picture the energy, feel connected to that energy of what that means to you that you're not there yet. Like just take note. Just be the observer. Just the observer. And just take note. Because in my experience, we as badass women, when we set that bar really high, and that bar is always really high for us because that's who we are. When we set that bar really high, we're also internalizing when we're not there. We're also allowing that should dialogue. This is where I should be. This is what I should be doing. And I am inviting you to just flip that with me in this moment. And here's the exercise that we're going to do. So I want you to raise your hand, just like I had my hand raised, to where your goal is, where that bar is set. How high up off the ground, how high above your head, all the way off that you have to get up, back up so you can still be on camera. And I want you to then lift your other hand to where you currently feel like you are. This is the gap, right? That we're going to complete. We're going to complete. These are the steps that we're going to take. All this room here. Those are the steps we're going to take. Okay, so now instead, I want you to pull this hand, or I want you to pull this hand away. I want you to look down. This is how far you've already come. And for me, yeah, I'll show you my ground. Like, see? Sorry. Shot live. But do you see, like, there's a gap. The gap of how far you've come versus the gap of where you need to go. That's the shift. That's the focus. And yet we kind of discount, we let go of, we keep our focus only on where it is that we want to go, what it is that we need to create, all the steps we still have yet to take, all the room we still have yet to, the ground we still have yet to cover, right? Just for this moment, recognize the gift in acknowledging how far you've come. So we're at quarter one. We're here to do work. We're not just here to show up for a chat room with our friends. Ha! Ha! Love you. But the work is, what have you already accomplished quarter one? Okay, this is April 1st. We're stepping into quarter two. I want to know how much you have already accomplished. And I'm not attached to goals. What I am attached to is that I got through the start of the year. It was the anniversary of a passing of a loved one, and it was really hard, and I continued to get up. I showered 3 times a week, once a week, once a month. Like, can we acknowledge the steps that we're taking on a regular basis and the accomplishments that we're already achieving? I just want you each to take a second. You can write this down. I'm going to give you a few minutes. And Kate did make it. We're going to celebrate that. That's an accomplishment. We're celebrating accomplishments, okay? And I'm celebrating that we're here. I'm celebrating that I'm going live. I'm celebrating that I'm listening to the call to pull me into a space that's uncomfortable. I don't love this, y'all. I don't. Okay, so I do love being present with you. I love getting to have people from Michigan on this call with me. I do love that I'm navigating and getting to move beyond these moments that might feel tricky of, hey, it's time to go live and we're 15 to 20 minutes late. Yay. Right? So I just want you to do that for yourself. Just take a second. You can pull out your calendar, go to your app on your phone, grab a piece of paper, and I just want you to count all of the things, all of the accomplishments, the meetings that you had, the asks that you made. I'm just going to give you 2 more minutes to give to that. Time spent on what you've already achieved. This is when I could use some elevator music. I could give it to you, but you probably don't want that from me. Right? And then if you wish to, drop it into the chat so that we can celebrate you. What is it that you are excited about? Yeah, Kate, you really do have it all. You have it all, and you've accomplished so much more even just beyond that. Yeah. If I were to give you additional homework with that. So one of the ways that I work is often with my own intuition, and it is all fed by you, led by you. So that next question immediately for you, Kate, is to acknowledge what worked. Like, what worked? What chances did you take? What yeses did you accept? What invitations did you accept, rather? And what yeses did you give? Or what did you say yes to? Another way to say that sounds a little more grammatically correct. What did you say no to? How did you create these opportunities and experiences for yourself that you're celebrating? And I'll let anyone else share in the chat what it is that they are excited about accomplishing or creating for themselves. I already shared, I'm just so excited to be here. This has been one of those things I keep saying out loud that I want to do. And I oftentimes will stop myself with the unknown of how, I don't know how. And we're here. We're here. Yeah. Oh my God, baby, does that count? Does that ever count? Yeah. So, I love that, Erin. You're absolutely right, going out of your comfort zone, because in the comfort zone, right, we're just safe. They don't call it growing pains because it feels good. Like we're designed, like if we each just take a second and pinch ourselves, we're designed to feel that. We are designed to feel pain. So this is back to that conversation that I was talking about earlier, when we're living in alignment and when we're experiencing those synchronistic moments and when everything is flowing, we're just having one of those days, those days like I pulled out of this, I pulled out of the house to run some errands before jumping online with you. And I'm following a car to the expressway, right as I'm coming out of my street. As I was coming home, that car was directly in front of me as I was turning onto my street. Those moments where we're like, oh, what is that? Like, so here's the tricky piece though, is that we're not meant to shame ourselves, blame ourselves when that's not there. It's just one of those moments where we get to be the observer. We get to be the observer. We get to stand back. We get to observe and notice what's working and what's not working. And I say that to you because Erin just shared going out of the comfort zone. Allowing ourselves to sit on the edge of that comfort because that's where our growth is. Allowing ourselves those moments of mistakes, of retakes, giving ourselves grace so that we can move beyond where we currently are. And we all want to move where we currently are. We all want to move. That's just part of our existence and humanity. Yeah. No, I'm going to say no to those negative messages from your ex. No to those negative, toxic, those triggers, those hooks. We talked about it yesterday. That negativity is an adrenaline rush. That negativity will keep us in a loop. It'll keep us in a loop. It'll keep that dialogue active. It'll keep that energy and that stress active. And then we can feed off of that energy and that stress. It actually creates chemical reaction in our brains. Those boundaries are so, 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 so important and loving. It is not healthy to have those codependent relationships. That's not healthy for any party. For any party, right? Like, those are hard. Those moments are not easy. From experience, living it today, every day, setting up those boundaries that are supporting us to maintain the energy and the focus to be able to continue to move forward. That doesn't mean that we are leaving people behind, and it doesn't mean that we are judging. It's just a discernment of the truth. That both of you being bogged down, weighted down, is not helping anyone. You staying in that energy, you allowing that toxicity, you allowing that weight, isn't helping anybody. So how is this all related to manifestation? It's all connected. It's all connected. Manifestation is the direct route to manifestation is an attention to your energy, a focus to how you're feeling in any given moment, allowing yourself to check in, to continually, that I keep wanting to bring you back to being the observer. And I say that because it can be easy to be stuck in it when we're in it. It can be easy to stay mired down by it all when we're in it, which is why we seek out that support, right, from our friends, why we seek out advice, because you're seeing this from a counselor, a coach, you're seeing this from a different perspective. What can I do? What am I not seeing? Where are my blind sides here? My blind spots? What am I not? What can I shift? Okay. Manifestation is attending to your own energy, acknowledging that it matters, acknowledging that it is leading you, guiding you to your next experience. Being that observer, when you have an awareness of that energy, my cats have left me alone this whole session. I mean, like Nora came to say hi, but now they're whining. Just noticing and speaking out loud to it. But manifestation really is attending to and attuning to your own energy. Noticing when our chest becomes tighter and our throats begin to close up. Allowing ourselves to pause in that moment, to take a breath. That breath, reconnecting our head and our heart space. Allowing ourselves to just be present to the question, hey, what's up? What is it that I need in this moment? What is it that needs to be addressed in this moment? Because there's wisdom in that. There's wisdom in that pause. There's wisdom from within. So we talked about that pause. That wisdom comes when we're allowing ourselves to just eliminate the distractions. And we are bombarded by constant distractions. And our devices are designed to continually challenge us to attend to them. That's how they make money, right? We are the product. It's just real. It's not a conspiracy thing. Like, that's just the real truth, right? Like, as long as we pick up our phone, as long as we're on it, as long as we're attending to it, swiping, whatever that is, like, it's all designed to keep us there, right? To keep us engaged. Because when we're engaged in the distractions, then we're more susceptible to reacting to those external triggers that are designed to keep us hooked and designed to surrender our I don't want to say power, but also power. Like, and we do that if we're doing an energy exchange, right? And our power, our time is our energy, and our time is our greatest commodity. It is our greatest and most valuable asset. And when we are giving our time to those distractions, we are giving of our money. And then we double down on that by making that spontaneous purchase. Guilty, right? Like, oh yeah, that's a program that I need. Oh yeah, that's a thing that I need. So there's no shame and there's no guilt. There's just an observation. There's just an observation so that we can create an awareness, so that we can create an awareness, so that we can make a change, so that we can do something different, so that we can act in a new, so we can shake that pattern up. So that we're not continually hooked and in that cycle. I'm just making sure that none of you, I wasn't I want to check in. How are we doing in the chat? Is there anything that is percolating for you? Again, I wish I could see your lovely faces. That would be great. And I actually will. I will let you join me. See, here's how we can do that. I'm going to put this in the chat so that you can join me if you wish to. You can come live with me, share where you're at, or share what's popping in for you, or share your experiences of doing manifestation parties, or the work, the results. So what else do I want to say about attending to your energy and releasing the distractions? So it's when we release our distractions that we can actually hear that wisdom that is with us all the time. It really is such a powerful, the Wizard of Oz, like Dorothy, that her shoes were with her the whole time. Like, we have the answers within, like we really, truly, fully do. Even if, oh, the link is not working for you. Let me see if I can do it again. I wish it would just let me share it to the chat, but it's making me share it here. Hey, Erin, is that other, my request is, my love, will you drop into that other group, that other live that's not happening? And would you mind sharing the link to this one so that if there is anybody there, they can come on over and join us? Because that was heavily publicized. Well, maybe not heavily. I don't do that a lot, actually. I don't love that. No worries. Thank you, love. I really appreciate you. Okay. If it doesn't work, Kate, for you to join me, that's okay. It's okay. I just wanted to give you the opportunity to do that. Oh, answer viewer questions live. Start a Q&A. No, that's not it. Nora Jean, you can come up. So oftentimes we hear that voice in the quiet, in the gentle whispers of the middle of the night, in a moment of meditation, if we put ourselves in that space and create that intentionally. We hear that voice if we're quiet on a long road trip. In the shower is another place where that wisdom will easily I don't think there's anybody there either. I think it might actually just be me, to be honest, but I could be wrong. Yeah, hi, baby. This is my Nora. You met her yesterday. She comes, I feel like she's a spiritual kitty cat. I mean, they all are. They are connected on a different level than we are, right? They sleep. They allow rest a lot. They're really connected. That's what I'll say about that. So it is important. You think she was sending my hi there, baby girl. Hi there, baby girl. So what I will say is that it might be at all of my manifestation parties live and in person, I will bring journals. And I know that I feel safe saying, Kate, that you bring yours to every party that you attend. And it just becomes a space for you to just streamline and continually share what's popping in for you and capturing that voice for you, that wisdom for you that might be there. And some of it might resonate and some of it might not. I recently started, I don't love to have my phone by my bedside because it can be easily, right? It can pull me in. And yet I've been leaving it by my bedside just so that I can capture that wisdom that comes in the middle of the night. And the way that I like to do that, and even when I'm driving, is to, hey Siri, open voice messaging or voice memo, hey Siri, open voice memo. And then I will just share a voice memo of the dream that I just had, or whatever popped into my head. Sometimes it's not really a dream even. Sometimes it's just words, like when I was pregnant with my first daughter, and the message that came to me in the middle of the night was, this baby's coming early, you better be ready. And I was like, no, this baby's not coming early. Like, I'm not. I hear that the firstborn is born late. And I remember opening my phone, looking at my calendar app, and landing on a date that felt far too early. No, she's not going to be born on that date. That's not possible. And then talking to my doctor about that experience. And my doctor listened to the heart tones and said, actually, this baby's heart tones are really strong. And the baby is potentially in a space where we're closer than you thought, or that we thought. And then I had that same conversation with my midwife. Hey, she said, yeah, the doctor's right. This could happen sooner than you're expecting. This baby sounds like she's stronger than and more ready than we might have expected. And then I had that conversation with the women in my family. It became, I became curious about wondering when their birth was, and of their firstborn. And my mom shared that my sister came early. This had never been a conversation we had before. And my grandmother shared, I'm not sure exactly when. I think, I stumbled onto a family secret that I didn't know was a family secret, that my aunt was born a little under 9 months from their wedding date. And likely conceived before their wedding. Oh, scandalous. Which is not scandalous at all, but it really, really was for my grandmother, even 16 years ago, to have that conversation with me. And that was 16 years ago that conversation was happening. Probably almost to the day. And I share all of that because it's just that gentle nudge that leads or guides us to those moments, to those experiences in our own lives that further connect us to what we're here to notice, what's moving us forward. But that takes discipline and discernment for us to be able to listen, but also for us to be able to tune out the chatter, the external distractions and noise that's always competing for our attention. So my next question for you is to maybe take a few minutes to write down what your ways of connecting. When do you notice that voice coming in for you, or that wisdom coming in for you? That moment of picking up the phone and making that phone call to the person that's been on your heart. Is it in the middle of an exercise? Is it at the end of a run? Is it in the mornings when you wake up? Like, just take a second and we can breathe here. Just take a few centering breaths. Connecting in with that space now. Allowing ourselves to be where we are, right here. Allowing ourselves to connect in with our heart. Visualizing that breath going into our heart space. As I do the visualizations for in-person manifestation parties and even online, I will invite you to bring your breath into your heart. To visualize that breath, just gently massaging your heart and expanding it, opening up a space for possibility. My girl's still here. She's such a good girl. Guys, she really is such a good girl. She came as a stray and did not ever love being inside. She loves the freedom and the independence of outside. She is her own. This is what I love about her so much. She is her own cat, aren't you? You do your own things. Yeah. She makes her own choices. But she wasn't going to choose to live inside. And when we brought her in, we brought her in because she had kittens and they were ready to come inside. It was weather, like it was a weather issue and storming, and I brought them in a box, and she hesitantly came in for me to stay with those kittens that she felt instinctively connected to. And this sweet girl, as wild as she is, let my babies just carry her around. She lets people just pick her up. She'll let them know when she wants to be let down. But she's never, ever been aggressive or lashed out. You used to run a lot, Kate says, and she'd get wonderful aha moments. And now you get them on long drives. I wondered, too, about, I just saw you on a bike, Kate. So I'm sharing that here nor there, not attached to it, but I just saw you on a bike, and wondering if that is for you, too, when you slow down. Yeah. From multitasking and managing one crisis after the next. And when you take your time for a call. Oh, Erin says for a call with me. Yeah. So there's not Erin used the word, she said, I need to create more time and space for myself there intentionally. And you're not wrong, right? So I was at a 24-hour retreat experience this past weekend, and I woke up to journal. I didn't have a pen. I woke up and wanted to journal. I knew that if I got up and looked for a pen in this Airbnb that I was staying at, beautiful, overlooking the Little Miami River, I knew that if I got up and did that, I would be able to find a pen. But something told me just to open my journal. And my journal were the words that I had written to myself or for myself. I don't even know when, probably last year. And the words were, if I start my day with a to-do list, busy and distracted, the rest of my day will be a to-do list, busy and distracted. And I share that with you, and I share that with me. This is for me too. This work is always for me too. I am not immune to it, which is maybe why I'm so in love with this space that I get to share with each of you, because you help to be the catalyst for me too. And this is what happens when we are in a community doing our work. We're not alone in this. Erin, I know you're not alone in that, of just one fire after another and go, 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 right? I know you're not alone in that. So when we're doing our work, when we're attending to what's there, we are creating a space for other women to do the same healing, the same work. We are really well connected. Okay, so that message, right, of that's the hardest time and space to carve out for ourselves, and the thing that gets swallowed up the fastest. I got to hear Naomi Judd. This is going to make me a little emotional. I can already feel it. Naomi is the sister. It was Ashley Judd. Give a keynote. I'm going to apologize early if these tears actually flow. But it's just so, so, so potent and powerful. She was in the middle of her morning meditation, and her phone started blowing up. She could hear it. And she was in the middle of her meditation. And she knew that early in the morning that it was a family crisis. And she felt that in the middle of her meditation, right? Like she didn't get up and look at her phone. She just knew that her phone was blowing up, and that's likely, right? What else would that be early in the morning? And she consciously chose to stay in her meditation, and she said, whatever is happening. And I'm not going to be of service to whatever that crisis is if I'm not in service to myself right here, right now first. And I will be better able to deal with that and manage that if I stay in this space right here and right now. And she consciously chose to stay in her meditation. And that really, really struck me. And it, from someone who has crises all the time, right? Like, you guys, I moved away from the United States. I took myself to Australia because it was my time out. It was my opportunity, my experience to be able to realize what was my work to do and how much my energy, time, experiences were being pulled out by all the other traumas around me, right? So, which was really healthy for me. I needed that space. I needed that. I call it stars time out. But anyway, I said that. So, well, it struck me again only months later when her mom committed suicide. And it really, really hit me that she continued to stay in that space of meditation because, you guys, whatever that crisis was going to be, it was going to be. And that's hard maybe to process and hear out loud, but that was likely in my mind, and it was an instantaneous connection. It was likely what the potential issue was managing and supporting her mom's own mental health stuff, right? And I just want you to feel into that for just a second. And that's hard when we have loved ones who we are in a codependent relationship with, when we feel needed and like they're saviors at times, or we live under that illusion that we can perhaps control, fix, heal, help. You get to have that 5 minutes to yourself, that 10 minutes to yourself. I get to set that time aside. So I'm just going to take another breath there with you. And as I do that, I'm just going to send a little moment of love to the Judd sisters, to her sweet mama, who lived with her own mental health struggles and challenges. And with that, all of the people who are living with those mental health struggles and challenges who don't feel connected to the resources. And I just want to send them all the love and potential for connecting with those resources. Maybe someone on this call or this video watching later is in need of those supports, those resources, that it's real. It's real. And this is part of why I want to do this work in the world, because I don't want each of us, it's so easy to buy into the illusion that what we're managing, what we're dealing with, what we're going through, the stressors that we're having are isolated and they're on our own. We're on our own. And that is such an illusion. It's such an illusion. But the illusion grows and expands and continues to have power as long as we're still in that space of distraction. As long as because the distraction is disconnection. And that disconnection pulls us away from the truth. The truth that we're not alone, the truth that we have one another, the truth that it's easier to, things can be lifted, solutions can be found, answers can be shared, experienced, something different can be experienced. That's what happens when we pick up the phone and make those connections. Okay, so we're at a space where I am ready to give you your next assignment. Are you ready for it? Okay, that next assignment is, I want you to make a list of 5 people who are resources for you. 3 to 5. I'll give you 3 to 5. 3 to 5 people who are resources for you, that you can pick up the phone, that you can call, that you can ask for help from, that you can share vulnerably with, and someone who will help to hold you accountable. Someone who will say to you, I've heard this conversation. We've been here before. Baby girl, what are you doing about it? Right? Right? Those are the people that we need. That's the community that we're searching for. The community that's going to continually hold us higher and expanded beyond where we currently are. They're going to allow us to be where we are, but they're going to lift us and say, I know you can move through this. I want a list. You're going to make that list. 3 to 5 people. In this moment, I'm just feeling a deep sense of gratitude for the way that this conversation has flown, for the way that you have contributed to it, for helping us to land right here. This is how I work. None of it's premeditated. In fact, I think that's probably why I didn't do online stuff for a long time, because I don't want to do any of that templated. I got work. I could give it to you. Kate's sharing her people. Yes, beautiful people. I know some of those people. I am one of those persons. Thank you. Feel honored, Kate. But yeah. And then notice, Kate, how it feels to make your list. Notice how it feels to have that connection, that awareness for yourself, that these are your people. I have an awareness that my nose is going to drip. Just 1 second. Get a tissue. Okay. All right. So, if Yeah, each person gives you something different, and that's important too. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's important for you too. To have that variety, right? To have those people who will hold you and nurture you and comfort you, and then have those people who will really ask the different questions, right? Different questions. One of the best compliments that a client has ever given me is she said, Star, because I offer when I do my one-on-one work with my clients, I love to offer, because listen, our work doesn't wait until it's our time for our session. Our work is constant. And so when I do one-on-one, I offer a 5 to 10 minute in the moment alignment session, because that's what is needed sometimes, right? Like, hey, this is what I'm experiencing, and this is where I'm at, and this is what I'm moving through. And one of my favorite testimonials is, Star, that 5 minutes with you feels like a shot of a 5-hour energy drink. Like, it just, because listen, it's like when we go to the chiropractor and we're all adjusted and we're feeling great, or we're sitting up straight and we're all aligned, and then we go out back into the world and it happens again. We're starting to slump, or that tweak is there again, and we go in and we just have a quick realignment, and then we're done, and then we're back and we're cruising. And that's what those calls are for me, is a gentle reminder for my clients, for you to be able to realign with your truth, with the connection of what you're here to do. And when you can operate from that space, that's when you get those moments of synchronicity again. That's when you get those moments of synchronicity again. That's when you realign. I like being that. I really like being that space and that person. So that's what I have for you today. Make that list. Get connected with who you've got to speak to. Get connected with what you've already accomplished and what brought you here. Okay, and if you don't have people that feel really strong on your list, I would love to be one of those people on your list to support you. That's what I'm here for. That's the work that I'm here to do. It's the work I'm here to do. Any last closing remarks or comments or things that you want to share? I will say thank you to those who, thanks, Erin. I just want to say thank you to those of you who have invited a friend, even a friend, to come over and experience it with you. I see you. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. It is so much better when we get to experience this with other people, because that dialogue will be able to continue, because that work will be able to continue, because you'll start to check in. It's just organic. It's not contrived. It's just organic. Hey, did you make your list of 5 people? Hey, how are you doing with noticing all the things that you accomplished today? Right? We get to check in with each other. I'm curious what you would say to someone else about this experience. If you were to talk to them about it, what would you share? What would your feedback be? And that is not just for me, but that's because it makes it easier for the people who are wanting to be in the room, but they're still on the fence. It makes it easier for them to say yes when they hear your words, not just mine. Thank you, Erin. She says she's proud of me. She's been pushing me, y'all. She kicks my ass. Like, Erin, you kick my ass. Like, you help to keep my feet to the coals and keep me accountable to my own goals and what it is that I'm ready to accomplish and where it is that I can show up. Yes, you do kick my ass with such love. I know, I feel it. And yes. Okay. So thank you for the love. Thank you for the presence. Thank you for the chat. It has been so fun. And yes, Zoom is, maybe we can even set that up for tomorrow. We can set up a Zoom for tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it happens. That's how it happens. Oh, Crystal, you're here, my love. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad that you're here. You can, if you weren't here in the beginning, you can watch this one, and you're so welcome. I'm glad to share this gift. It is a little bit hard for me not to be honest. Like it's just the space that I live in, and I feel really blessed to be able to experience it and to share it and to have people who benefit from it and to come along with me on this journey. I really, really feel grateful. So yeah, revisit, because I will tell you, people come back time after time after time for Badass Manifestation because it's different every time. Even though I might share similar experiences, stories, you'll hear and experience something differently because you're bringing a different space. You're bringing your current moment. Oh, thank you. Yeah. So, just like I picked up my journal this past weekend and read those words that I needed in that moment when I didn't have a pen to write in my journal to capture whatever it was that I thought that I needed to capture. Like, that's the beauty of staying present to your own experience. Yes, you have been to many, many, many BAM parties, Badass Manifestation parties, Kate. And I will say, it is such a gift to have your presence there each and every time. And so I want to say that to each one of you, your presence is a gift to each person that you come into contact with, and especially when you're in alignment. Like, I will share vulnerably and just authentically that when I'm not in alignment, y'all, like, I'm not the best person to be around. Snarky, short, irritable, edgy. That doesn't need to define who I am, and it doesn't need to become all of those experiences, all of that energy is just an indicator that I'm not in the space that I need to be in. It becomes an indicator for me to check in with what's going on, where I need to be. And I love that, Kate, that when you continually show up, Kate says that every time she shows up, she learns more about herself at every party, and she grows with everyone. And that's the point. And that's the point of what we're doing here. Oh my gosh. So tomorrow, I'm giving away live a personal Badass Manifestation party, you to be able to invite in. If you're not here or don't want to travel locally to Cincinnati, I will do one virtually for you and your group of friends. I am so excited to give that away. That's all happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is also short, you guys, because I get to take my daughter to go get her driver's license permit. And I'm so excited for that. She's really excited for that. I'm going to have a 16-year-old. I'm going to have a driver. I'm not ready for that. So that's what's happening. Tomorrow we're going to be live from 12 until 12:30. So we're going to just be short and sweet. We're going to give away a big gift to whoever is going to be receiving that. I'm excited to learn today how to spin the wheel. If you're not already on my email list, I know that, Crystal, you are on my email list. If you're not already on my email list and you're watching this, you can join that by going to badassmanifestation.com. And when you enter, you're also entered into that free or that manifestation party for yourself, you and your friends. And that is just your own private experience. You will be in the air traveling on the first vacation. Heck yes, you can celebrate that. I saw you earlier say that. Is this something that I can celebrate, or something that I've accomplished in the first quarter? Are you kidding? That time for yourself. And I can't wait to see, Erin, I cannot wait to see what transpires for you when you allow yourself that breath and that rest. So I will want to caution you to please, 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 really, truly, fully focus on hydrating. Please allow yourself to really be nourished by good food and good water so that your body says, this is what it's like to rest and be cared for. Okay? I love you so dearly. And you're not missing. Like, you're still going to be with us, even if you can't be here. So thanks again for being here. Any last minute questions, I will answer them. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at noon. I will send out that next email, and I will commit to looking into Zoom so that we can see one another's faces. And I get to explore how to create that wheel for us. That's not tomorrow. It's Thursday. Tomorrow we're not doing live. It's Thursday. I have, when I booked this, I had something in the middle. So tomorrow you just get to rewatch. Tomorrow we get to catch up. Tomorrow we get to invite people to join us on Thursday. Erin, you have my full permission to be exactly where you are, whether or not be on the air still on Thursday or landed on a beach with your toes in the sand. I want you to be exactly where you are and know that the right and perfect people are going to be in the room for us on Thursday to do whatever work it is that is ours to do on Thursday. And yeah, that's what's happening. Tomorrow I get to be exactly where I am excited to be, which is in a room full of high schoolers doing mindful leadership training with them. So excited about that. Yes, poolside, baby. And we get to see it. So Erin's taking us with her because we have more than 24 hours, 48 hours to figure out how to bring Zoom so that we can see Erin poolside. Heck yes. Heck yes. Okay. All right. I just want you to keep breathing. That is it. That is your tool. That is your resource. I just want you to touch and connect with that today. Please just connect with your breath. Connect with the way that it serves you. I invited you yesterday to just imagine that breath as an access to a superior or higher wisdom than you and I could possibly comprehend in our human minds, right? Like thinking outside of the box, mind-bending stuff. I had shared with you yesterday that Venus takes longer to experience one day than it does to experience 1 year. And I share that with you because I really just love that fact, that statistic that is real, it is tangible, there's evidence to show us this, right? Because it helps me to suspend the rules, the dialogue, the chatter, the script that I think I have to live by. And that's what we're here to do. Like Erin shared earlier, we're here to be out of our comfort zone. All of those little things that just kind of give us that gentle push, that gentle nudge. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thanks for witnessing me in that discomfort of tech not working for whatever reason. Okay. So I will see you or not see you on Thursday, but we're gonna figure out being able to see all of our beautiful faces. I get to visually in my mind visualize your faces, and yes, so much love. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being you. All right.